right, we're back again another day. This is Red Dirt Resale. Thank you for everybody for watching, for all the subscribers, for all the comments, good and bad. And it's me and Ann. We're back out here today. Came to this auction yesterday. It was a live auction and just basically had a bunch of junk. I did buy one of them, junk unit. It's a, that door stopped working.
Nope.
We'll find something to put in front of it.
Right under.
All right, it's a 10 by 10. I paid $100 for it. First, nobody was gonna bid. I said $1, and they'll sit there for a second, and then one other guy started bidding, and I ended up getting it for $100. So, funny thing is, let's open it up here, then I can show you. As you can see, it is a junker, but funny thing is, this right here, this is our auction numbers. So they were buying stuff in our auction. There's one there, and then I saw another one right here once but I didn't notice these until after I won the unit. I came back up here just to put my lock on it and take a quick look. I noticed those auction numbers on some stuff. But when you first look at it, you're like, you know, man, this, you know, I wouldn't, when it first opened, I was like, not even gonna bid. But then I started looking closer, and I'm like, well, there's a air compressor here. If you look back there, a Craftsman air compressor, kind of buried. Then I'm looking to see, here's a wrestling action figure. There's another one. Then I see Pokemon right here. And then I'm looking there, and then there's an electric wheelchair. I don't know if you can see it right there. Hot Wheels case. And then I can see, okay, there's a container. There's boxes stacked up back there. And this place is only like 5 minutes away from our store. So it's not a big deal to, you know, to drive over here. It's not a long ride. Even if for some reason something happened and we couldn't fit it all, you know, it's easy to come back. We do have the small open trailer today, because I think it'll all fit on there. But like I said, if it doesn't, it's not a big deal to ride back over here, because it's like 5 minutes away. But I kind of think I have an idea. I'm not, you know, not sure yet until we start looking at it, but I think I might know the bidder whose unit this was. And I'm not going to really give any details, because they could be watching, and but it doesn't really matter. But it was somebody that was buying from us, and hopefully we're going to find a few surprises in there. I could see Luigi in there. Oh. That was another close. I saw Luigi. I could see, looks like Superman. Not sure if it's Superman or just a doll. There's like a money basket. It's like a basketball. It's like $100 bills back there. So it doesn't look like there's much furniture. There is one coffee table thrown back in there, and then a chair, but no actual real big furniture. Could be, I mean, I don't know, it could be something buried over on this side. It's hard to tell from here. But $100 is not hard to make up when you've got if the electric wheelchair is in decent shape, especially if it works, or, you know, it'd be awesome if it had the charger and everything. That's several $100s right there. And then the compressor, you know, even in as is, you know, at least $40-50, even if it's, you know, in rough shape, it'll probably bring, you know, at least $40-50. But if it plugs in and comes on and builds pressure, then good to go. Oh, yeah, that was, look, this was, I didn't even notice this, but it was flipped over. But here's another thing that was in our auction. I don't even really remember this. I don't know if it was this beat up when we put it in the auction, or got beat up bringing it here, but we're about to dig in. We'll see if we find any surprises in this thing. You ready, Ann?
I'm ready.
All right, this bag here, well, it's gonna be hard to get open without tearing it open. What is it? Maybe just clothing. I think it's just clothes. We'll leave that cut for now. But obviously, it's definitely a mess in a lot of places. I don't know if maybe kind of underneath that stuff it's not as messy, or it's just a mess all the way through. We'll see. We got a vintage. I know we've had one of these in the auction before, so this is probably one that we sold vintage Tierra suitcase. It does feel like there's something in it. Yeah, we're just going on the ground. As far as in here, it looks like we got blankets. Decent little, I mean, they look clean, blankets. And a little, I mean, that's just a dig item, a little dry erase. And the thing is, there's enough stuff in here, even if it all goes in the dig, you know, that'd be more than $100. But there will be a few auction items. Let's see what we got here. And we've got toys, little water guns here. There's a Minion. Oh, look, we got a pair of Levi's. Levi's. I don't know what kind of jeans those are. But under here, look at all these lights. They're intended for Halloween, I think, because they're purple, green, and orange, but brand new, like new old stock on the lights there. Some camo. Camo always sells easily. We've got DVDs. Brand new Elvis VHS. Brand new. So a whole set of Elvis VHS. Looks like some Christmas stuff in a big glass vase. So, Brewer shirt, but the lights can go in the auction, the Levi's can go in the auction, the Elvis VHS can go in the auction, and then a lot of the other stuff can just go over in our dig area, which I always have to remind. So if you're somebody new to watching the channel, that's an area we have in the store where we sell stuff starting at $5 all the way down to as cheap as $0.25, and then on the last day we let it run for a week over there. Whatever's left we just give away for free, just to keep it moving, because the junk will build up. All right, right here looks like a this is a Six Flags bag. We got some stuff in. That's empty. Not much going on in there, but there are some little deodorant type things. Six Flags cup there. And then the baskets are, we already sold them in the auction once. I guess we'll sell them again. And then the Hot Wheels carrier, when I came back yesterday, I lifted that up and it felt empty. But yeah, it's empty. But these sell. Anything Hot Wheels definitely sells. That projector there, we probably sold them. Probably sold them all. Whoa, glass in the bottom of this trash bag here, but it's ripping open here. But look, we got, if I can get in, look in there without ripping it open more. That's like a little, those little crystal things where the light comes up from the bottom. We got Luigi. It's another thing that will sell. Anything Luigi. Up, wrestler. We sold a bunch of wrestling figures a few months ago, so I'm thinking that maybe these are those again, but I'm not 100%. Dale Earnhardt Jr. We've sold tons of stuff like this. Some of this I don't know for sure if everything's ours, but there's a lot of familiar looking stuff, that's for sure. And then obviously we see numbers on stuff. Little Asian umbrella. So there's all kinds of stuff in there. 3-hole punch. Let's get to this box here.
The holes are all almost out.
Yeah. Now this, okay, this is Pokemon Battle Deck. And I don't see anywhere where it's, because it's still sealed, so I don't think this has ever been opened. Nothing in there. But that's Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's daughter. Pokemon books. Nope, we've sold a lot of those here. That's kind of neat there. Braves bat. So lots of little kind of collectible type things. Golden McDonald's NASCAR here. I don't know what driver that is. 94 McDonald's, not sure. Jets cups. Now I know we sold a bunch of these in the auction. There's a consignor that was bringing those. Here's another die cast NASCAR. Oh, here we go. We got a PS4 here. No idea if it works, but there's a, that's a die cast. That's Dale Earnhardt. Handle for a door. More of the, oh, there's another Pokemon. Let's see. Nothing really in there. One of the little chips. Something there. Oh, this is Pokemon. These are 2021, so as usual, the more recent cards, but quite a few in there. And then got loose ones here. Get these back in there. And then I don't know what's in this. Well, it looks like there's a brand new, it's like pet stuff. That's like a brand new retractable leash, some lights. So not a bad box. Actually, quite a few things in this box here. And then most likely this was out of our auction area because it's got the blue tape on it, and that's how we signify most of the items in the dig area. But King Midas and the Golden Touch. So here we've got containers and boxes stacked up. Got wrapping paper. So semi-organized over here. Bud Light seltzer hat. All right, also here now we're finding, this is a tag from one of our vendors, a Supergirl doll. They were buying all kinds of stuff from us. That's pretty cool there. Like a brand new Supergirl doll. I never even saw that in that vendor's booth. But we don't catch everything, that's for sure. Here's a little small blow mold angel. Slimer. Now I do remember Slimer. Look, yep, there's our auction number. I remember getting him. It's Deja Vu. Deja Vu, that's for sure. Scooby-Doo shirt. All right, this big tote right here looks like a lot of kitchen stuff. We got George Foreman grill. There's like a turkey. Big roasting pan. Dell Earnhardt mug. What else we got? Christmas angel. Lots of plasticware, and then looks like Christmas stuff down in the bottom there. And more of our numbers. Printer. All right, this container here, there's all kinds of wrestling stuff in here. Action figures, wrestling action figures. Here's a Buzz Lightyear. Puzzles, all kinds of toys, but a lot of action figures. I don't know what that one is, but a lot of them are wrestling. Then you got some like Marvel, DC stuff here. Flash, so we can lot all these up. Sell them. But there's the Taco Bell dog there. And then it's Chewy. Chewbacca. There we go. So good little box there. And just all kinds of good junk. It's junk, but it's stuff that we can definitely sell. All right, found a little metal Roadrunner sign. That's kind of neat. A lot of what we've been finding is definitely Deja Vu stuff we've seen before, but there's a few things like I don't remember ever seeing this. And but as you can see, it's a big mess for sure. Anne just said she quit. She's not doing it no more. Speed limit warp 4, another metal sign. All right, Anne, Merry Christmas to Mona. You're Mona right now from all. This is from everyone.
This is probably big.
In the whole world, yeah. Let's see what they got you, Mona.
Lady Stetson.
Lady Stetson.
And
that's all everyone could afford?
Yeah.
Lady Stetson?
Well, dang.
I don't know if all meant everybody.
I think it did. Let's see. Oh, it is in here.
Oh, you just broke it. You just broke the top off.
If it's full, I think these were in the auction a while back. Yep, full.
Okay. All right, that unit was definitely, it was the exact people we thought it was. That people that we haven't seen them in a long time, but they used to bid in our auction a lot. They would buy a lot of stuff from our dig area, which is where we put all of our like $5 under stuff. And so it is them because we found pictures and everything. I've got the pictures set aside, so if we see them again one day, we can get the pictures to them. But I didn't really want to show a whole lot of it because I knew it was somebody I knew, and then also honestly, it was a lot of stuff that we had sold them that we've already seen in the past. So this is not going to be a real long video. But this is the electric wheelchair. We just about an hour or two ago, we found a charger. Well, first we found this charger and it wasn't doing nothing. Found this charger and it is lit up now. Looks like it's trying to charge, but I don't know. It's got this little wrench symbol, so I don't know if that means there's something wrong with it or not. So let it charge overnight and we will see tomorrow. Even if there's something wrong, which would typically probably be the battery's no good. I mean, I can still sell it. It's something for it. If it works, obviously that's always way better. And there is actually stuff still in the unit because it was just such a mess. We got all the stuff that was kind of semi-boxed and bagged up, and we're going to go back over there tomorrow with some empty containers and garbage bags and get basically the whole floor is just covered with loose stuff. And some of it's trash, some of it is sellable stuff. So we'll go back over there and we'll just kind of sort it as we're picking it up. So it shouldn't be, it'll take a minute to get it all up, but then we'll just be able to throw the trash straight in the trash. And the rest of stuff bring right back here. A lot of what's left is just going to be cheap dig stuff, but it adds up. Only $100 for the unit. Because like if you look, this whole buggy here, that whole buggy, this whole buggy, all of this is dig stuff that came out of that unit. And we started, it's kind of dark, I'm going to turn the lights on. We started filling this up. There's still a little bit more to go through back there, but we've gone through a good bit of it. Some of the stuff that we found, kind of, you know, might have already showed some of this, but I'm going to do a quick run through. Everything you see on the shelves here, this is all stuff we got set up for the auction. Hot Wheels container, cooler, little Frozen Delight thing. We got a little, this is pretty cool. Pokemon Snapback hat, still got all the tags on it. Lights, Slimer. I remember we sold that little Slimer to them. Here's a brand new, it was in the box still, little locking medicine cabinet. That's kind of neat. That's from another unit. Showed that already. And this 9/11 tag was in there. Had several Hallmark ornaments. There's a Hallmark Wheel of Fortune ornament, a GameCube controller. Some of those controllers do pretty good. Actually, there's a lot of weird little neat stuff that we sent up to our cases up front where we put $3 to $1 in these cases where you just kind of put odd small stuff. So stuff went up there also. But this stuff, here's a little wrestler, Street Fighter wrestling buddies. He kind of makes noises and stuff when you push on him and throw him around. I remember we showed that, the little Supergirl doll. So all this stuff, kind of a vintage look, kind of retro Trapper Keeper, some video games, Xbox One, PS4, brand new t-shirts, wrestling figures, pop figures, whole bunch of batteries there. This little wrestling book that has all the figures. A lot of Six Flags stuff. So these, that's kind of one of the reasons I knew it was them, because they loved Six Flags. So they got all this Six Flags membership stuff in there. They had whatever the highest level of pass where there was like they'd always talk about it. They had like a VIP lounge they went to and all this stuff. This is kind of neat. It's something household, but I've never seen one of these Aladdin little containers for a casserole dish. So there's a Pyrex dish in there, but it's got this Aladdin insulated thing. So that's pretty cool. It'd keep whatever you had hot or cold. Another Pokemon hat. More toys. Look at these right here. A bunch of these little Hallmark mystery ornaments. These are all wrestling, and there's actually, they had these princess ones, and then they have some Marvel ones down there. But this stuff came out of there. Oh, and there's also some tools that I priced and put out front. But all this stuff, they had a bunch of Christmas lights, like brand new Christmas lights. See all those? And those Christmas lights, there's the Marvel little mystery Hallmark ornaments. Tools, I mean, $100. I mean, this stuff's, it's gonna add up. And then look at all the Pokemon. It's pretty much just all like 2020 or 2021 and after, so it's newer stuff. But all these binders just full. These are all in the auction. Sometimes this stuff does pretty good. Sometimes not crazy good. You know, if you had the older, you know, 90s ones, then of course they would do better. These are actually unopened. That's unopened, and then these packs are unopened. So binders with more stuff in them. These are a couple. That's a decent card there. The cheapest I saw it selling for was $20, and then up from there. All these have been opened little Batman lunchbox and stuff. All this stuff, odds and ends, ornaments. They had a GoPro chest mount, same one that I use. Let's see what else was out of there. Oh, all this little stuff here. I showed the die cast here, wrestling figures, and then these Nintendo Switch games. Which these things, if you know anything about Nintendo Switch, the games hold their value. You can't hardly find a Nintendo Switch game for less than like $30 if you went to the store and bought them. They're pretty much games that came out years ago are still the same price. They're like $50-$60. Rarely do you find many in storage units, or at least that's my experience. I've found a few, but not a whole lot. But Pokemon, so that's a Pokemon game too. That's a different Pokemon. That's Pikmin, a different game, and then this Wii Carnival games that has the case. So all those, let's just say if they bring $10 a piece, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I think on average, I should be able to get $10 a piece. That'd be $50 just for the games there. And then basically the Pokemon stuff, the cards there should pay for everything really. But and there's still more stuff. Oh, and there's a bunch of clothes. Oh, we sent a ton of clothes up to the front, and then we've saved. Let me turn this light on for a second so I can show this. We've got piles of clothes back here because they had all kinds of like brand new Realtree and Bone Collector. And the cool thing is they've got a brand new Mossy Oak stuff, Mossy Oak t-shirts. So we're going to put all these in the auction. But they've got a ton of Six Flags like t-shirts and sweatshirts. And they're kind of like one-off stuff. There's not a lot out there because, you know, I mean, obviously they're not just selling them at the store. Like this right here, let me show it to you. And I know people are always looking for like, you know, just different t-shirts and hoodies. So this is a hoodie right here. Six Flags Fright Fest. So Six Flags Over Georgia Fright Fest. It's got the clown on it. So pretty nice. And there's a lot of stuff like this, kind of weird, unique stuff that would have, you know, been for a special event or whatever. So we're going to run some of that through the auction and see. And I'm thinking we can get a few bucks for some of those also. But as far as what we got, lots of shoes we're piecing together. We've sent shoes up front. So it's really, the unit was, I mean, honestly, it was kind of a mess. And there's a lot of stuff in there that, you know, we had already gotten before, but keeps adding up. Christmas stuff, like all this little stuff here is kind of more stuff to look at. And then, like I said, there's more stuff in the unit. So overall, not a super crazy exciting for me because honestly, because I've already seen a lot of the stuff that we found in there. So there wasn't that kind of surprise and kind of thrill of, you know, hunting for treasure for me. So for me, it wasn't all that fun of a unit. That doesn't mean it was bad as far as the price we paid, $100 versus what we'll be able to sell it for. Not bad at all. Only bad thing, it was messy. Like I said, we got to go back over there and sort through everything that's on the floor, but it's only 5 minutes away, like I've already mentioned. So you have to, when you're buying storage units, you have to weigh all of that into account. How close is it? You know, if you start buying a, you know, messy unit, it's like, is it really going to be worth cleaning up the mess versus how long it's going to take me, how many trips I'm going to make, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, the price that I paid, is it worth paying that price? And all the time it's going to take for us to sit here and sift through and sort through. So obviously you can make money off of messy units. I've made, you know, money off of messy units over and over and over again for years, but the cleaner, you know, the more organized units just make it so much easier and you can go quicker, which time is money. So you just have to try your best to balance out the time, you know, time is money, you know, all that kind of ratio. The dealing with the garbage is very difficult sometimes. So you got to kind of just gauge it a little bit and just kind of, you know, go on your instinct there. All right, that $100 unit, we're officially, well, not 100% done. We're 99% done with that. We've sold most everything in the auction that we were going to sell. Quite a bit of dig stuff. A lot of stuff went into our dig area. Probably, you know, several $100 worth of stuff. I'd say somewhere between $250 and $500 would be my estimate on stuff into the dig area. Probably another $100 worth of, you know, clothing to put in our clothing. The total that we did in the auction, we had stuff in two different auctions, not a full auction, but just a batch of stuff in one auction and then a batch of stuff in another auction that just ended a couple days ago, was $1,037.02, and then another 10% buyer's premium, so about $1,100, little over $1,100. So not bad on a $100 unit. I mean, really, you know, kind of a junk unit. You know, no big ticket items as far as, you know, big furniture and everything. Everything was thrown in there. It was a lot of work, a lot of, you know, sorting through, getting everything out of there, but, you know, well worth it sometimes to get those units like that. And I still have the wheelchair. The wheelchair seemed to charge up, but then it wouldn't come on. So I got to kind of take the bottom panel off and stuff and make sure that there's actually a battery in there and see if there's an issue with the battery. But when I plugged the charger in, it looked like it was charging, but it literally just doesn't do anything. Anyway, so I got to check that out. So $100 for the unit. No sales tax at this location, no buyer's premium there. It was 5 minutes away. I actually just used my trailer whenever there 2 times, so probably like $10 worth of gas. So literally $110 was the total like initial investment, besides labor and all that other stuff. But as far as the direct cost of this unit, $110, over $1,000 in the auction, and so probably over $1,500, somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000 total when you start calculating in all the other stuff that we just put out into the store. Some of the stuff that really did good in the auction was the Pokemon cards, the wrestling stuff, the wrestling action figures and everything. There was a few Wii games. There was 4 Wii game, not Wii, Switch games. No, 5 Switch games, and they all did at least $20. Most of them were like $30 plus for each of those games. So that's one thing. If you're buying storage units, one of the best things to get, but they're very, very rare to get, are Switch games. Nintendo Switch. They're tiny. They look like a little Game Boy game. They're really small, but when you get them, those things, they just didn't make a whole lot of them. I guess I don't know. They just hold their value really well, and they all, when it comes to resale, anything related to the Switch does really well. But like I said, these were some people that actually used to come in and buy from us. A lot of the stuff is stuff that I already sold before that they had bought from me. So it wasn't crazy exciting because it's, you know, a lot of the same stuff I'd already seen before. I haven't seen these people in a while. If you're watching, you know, I'm not going to put their names out there, put a lot of info out there. They were extremely nice people, and hopefully they're doing all right. Hopefully they've kind of moved on from that stuff and kind of, you know, got some good stuff going on in life. But I really don't know. We haven't seen them at least 6 months, maybe longer than that, since they had been into the store or been into the auction. But that's it for this one. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because we're always going to be buying more units, more reselling going on. Y'all have a good one.